Welcome. In this video, we are going to cover the administration sections of Stratusphere. The Administration Overview tab shows the general health of Stratusphere. The chart across the top shows the number of machines reporting to Stratusphere on a daily basis. The blue lines are detailed data, and the yellow lines are daily roll-ups of the data. Generally, we want to see a nice flat line, but this may vary based on machine power on-off schedules or on weekends when machines are powered off or not in the office. The at-a-glance section on the bottom is today's health. This page should be reviewed each day. Database space may show that you need to expand the storage. Large number of pending CID key updates and pending database inserts may show a larger issue. The Configuration tab is used for the basic configuration of Stratusphere. This includes DNS names, IP addresses, and things needed to function on the network. This is where you set the time zone that the data will be rendered in. An example would be Stratusphere in the Eastern Time Zone, but users and machines in the Central Time Zone. All data would be rendered in the Eastern Time Zone for the web interface. SMTP email relay configuration is set here so Stratusphere can email out reports and alerts. Under Security Settings, you can change the login session timeout and add IP addresses for machines that need to have access to the API without a password. The Data Retention tab is used to monitor space in the database and set the retention time for detailed and roll-up data. The Status tab shows current usage and when data was last purged from the system. The Settings tab is used to set the retention period of data. SID data is the information collected from the agent based on the callback and inspection period. This data is used for diagnostics. Most clients will hold 30 to 45 days of SID data. Report data are the reports that are executed in Stratusphere Report tab. This can be set as long as you would like. These generally take up very little space. 60 to 90 days is a good general recommendation. Roll-up data is used to make the interface faster and also for long-term trending. Most clients will set this to 60 or 90 days for trending of general usage. At the bottom is file system usage. This overrides both metrics above and will purge data based on space on the disk. SID data is purged first. The Connector ID Keys tab is used to control what the Stratusphere agents collect. The Stratusphere agent is called Connector ID Key, or SID. When a SID is deployed to a machine, it only has the name of the Stratusphere hub to call back to. When the agent calls back, it is given instructions on what to collect and how often. This tab allows you to configure the data collected and how often. There is a separate video to cover all the options in this tab. The Connector ID Key Software tab is where you can download the Stratusphere agents for deployment to your different platforms. Stratusphere does not have an agent deployment mechanism. It can upgrade and remove the agents if needed. Typically, clients will deploy the agents in the base images for VDI or cloud and use other mechanisms like SCCM or Intune for physical machines. Please review the documentation site at docs.liquidware.com for deployment options. The VM Directories tab is used to import VMware or Nutanix host performance data. This data is used to track the virtual machine workload on the physical host. There is a separate video to cover all the options in this tab. The Directories tab is used to import user and group information from Active Directory or LDAP. This is typically used for user authentication to the Stratusphere web interface. There is a separate video to cover all the options in this tab. The Upgrade tab is for uploading image updates for Stratusphere. Please review the release notes and upgrade guide on docs.liquidware.com. Collector administration is used to manage the Stratusphere collectors. These are small machines that accept the data uploaded from the agents to take the load off of the hub. In this tab, you can see the status of each collector, move them to different groups for agent routing purposes, and upgrade the collectors. The Profiles tab is used to control the ranking of users and machines. There is a Fit profile and a UX profile. The Fit profile is used with Stratusphere Fit in an assessment to determine if a machine or user is a good fit for another platform. An example would be a physical machine moving to a virtual machine. UX profiles are used to monitor user experience. These are the thresholds that assign a good, fair, or poor ranking to a user or machine. These thresholds must be modified for each environment based on your company's desired outcome. Some values like memory are industry standard, whereas login time targets are set by the company. These thresholds can be changed at any time. They do not affect the data coming from the machines. It only affects the score assigned to the user or machine. The Inventory tab is used to manage machine and user inventory along with groups. From here, you can look at the agent version, last contact status, or create user and machine groups. User and machine groups are very handy for reporting and diagnostic purposes. There is a separate video that covers the creation of smart groups. The Alerting tab is for Stratusphere alerts based on thresholds that you define. Reports can also be set up as alerts. Alert configuration lets you set the thresholds that are desired by your company. In this example, an alert will be fired if more than 5 people exceed a 60-second login time in 15 minutes. This could be used to detect a login issue in the environment. These alerts can be sent via email or SNMP. The Event Log tab is used for Stratusphere internal events. Web, UI login, machine check-in, report execution, machine agent issues, and other internal tasks are tracked here. Generally, you can uncheck the information level and just look for warnings or errors. There is also a report for this in the administration category of reports. The Licensing tab is used to monitor, update, and recover unused licenses. Stratusphere is licensed in either named or concurrent user mode. Machines are generally unlimited. Licenses must be up to date in order to upgrade to newer versions of the product. The Status tab shows current usage of the licenses. The Update License tab is used to update your system to the latest license. When you receive an email from Liquidware Licensing Department, you can click on the blue hyperlink here, labeled Activation Code. That will open a website where you can paste in the license code provided to you in the email to generate the full production licenses. License recovery is used to automatically reclaim licenses that may not be in use. This is done based on the last time a user or machine reported to Stratusphere. This can help with contract or temporary users and helps to keep the database clean. Most clients will set this to 60 days for both users and machines. Please note that this does delete the user and machine data out of Stratusphere. Thank you for your time. Please visit our documentation site and join the conversation on our Slack community channel.